Alright, it says I'm live. We'll soon find that out in a second. Hey everyone, it's Simon here. I hope you're all well. I've not got my camera on because this game requires full screen for me to be able to do what I'm doing. But welcome to Super Dungeon Maker. So Super Dungeon Maker has launched today. It is available on Steam. It is on early access. And I played a demo of this, and there's been a demo live actually on the Steam store. Links in the description. Called Super Dungeon Maker. I think it's Fink's Adventure. And Fink is this little guy, this chicken type thing. And the idea of this is that you can create your own dungeon games, very much like early Zelda and all of that kind of stuff. Bringing everything all together so that you can play, create, share. Think Little Big Planet, but in a dungeon environment. Now, I'm always a big fan of things like RPG Maker and all of those kind of things that give you good tools to be able to get up and running with game creation. And this is a good way of getting yourself into things. So what do you get at the beginning of this? Because it's still very much early access. You have got a couple of things actually. So first of all, you have your own little mini adventure here. And I'll kick off some of this stream straight off by doing some gameplay of actual dungeons. And then you've got the actual creator mode, which it does very quickly explain to you kind of how to build dungeons, a bit like painting sprites and stuff. So we'll dive straight in here. And this is Fink. So you have all of this grass that you can swoosh and clear. You can place things in grass so that it can be found. All of this, like falling into the water, bad. Unless you have a certain power up for it. You can pick up and throw things. Which I appreciate sounds a bit like an odd thing to be like, you can pick up and throw things. These enemies are a bit strange. But this is to try and introduce you to some of the gameplay elements and mechanics. So you come with this sword with your little character. You can pick up and throw things. That door that opened was a stone door, and that only opens when you've cleared all the enemies that are in a room. So that then lets you kind of walk between things. And rooms are hugely important from what I've gathered in Super Dungeon Maker so far. Chests allow you to hide different things in. So that gives us a key, which allows us to dive in and unlock doors. And you just have to walk up to them and it will let you through and do your own thing. Now, at the moment, I think can't jump or do anything. So we can't cross that gap at the moment. Although I feel like I want to be able to So we'll come back to that and go through here. Those are horrible creatures. I don't believe you can kill them, or I haven't killed them in any of the dungeons that I've been in so far. They shoot lasers at you though. And again, let's just clear the area. You don't even need to kill it, let's just keep going through. So again, we're in one of those areas where you need to kill something to get it going. Then we'll dive through here. And then this is to introduce... I'll go down here first before I do it. So this introduces a power-up. So can you see over on the top right hand side I've now got RB. That brings up a shield. That enables me to deflect things, which I couldn't do before. Now you can see that's now opened the door, but what I'm trying to explain here is that this then gives you a switch that lets you flick between blue and red blocks going up and down as clickables. So again, it's another thing that you can add into your dungeon however you want to build it. Again, we're locked in here until we can clear everything. Ooh, little moose. some hearts. And then the next thing I think we're going to collect is left button bumper. So this allows us to do a dodge roll, but that allows you to cross gaps. So if I go back upstairs again, do you remember beforehand we couldn't cross gaps? Now we can. So it's another thing that you can add on to your dungeons as you go. So hopefully this is kind of informative to help show you the way. And if you fall down, problems. So you could see that it had a little arrow in it. Can you see that unlike the other things, we have like floor underneath? In Super Dungeon Maker you can build floors to your dungeons. So here I'll just fall down and appear on the level below. But you have to kind of be able to visually see that that's what you want and need to do. Again, you can add in spikes. That's me grabbing a key. And it's about trying to build out a dungeon that works for you. Let's try. Yeah, so you remember. So now we can get across here and we can go up. Get through. Again, there's potential there for some kind of miniature puzzles going on, I think. Oh, well done, Simon. There we go. So let's avoid that. Those things aren't killable. And then the idea is that every single dungeon that you go to, the end goal is the golden egg. And that means you've completed the dungeon. And that is what a dungeon looks like in Super Dungeon Maker. So that's the playable side of things. That didn't showcase absolutely everything. But what it does do is it allows us to get out onto the world map as we've got it now. So you have the building area. And then you have the what's online area. And so the game is heavily divided into just these two different places at the moment. There's loads of other extra things here on the world map, but none of it seems to be working or going at the moment. So, can we get behind there? Oh, we can. Thank you very much. Well, maybe it's something that you can do later. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out. So, how does this all work? As a build, I think it's probably worth us diving into the playground potentially, so that you can see stuff going, or should I build something first? Do you know what? Let's play some other people's stuff. So you can see what good things look like before you suffer some of my rubbish. So as you can see, when you get into there, you've got the white dungeons, which is anything that is useful and is like trending, I guess, at the moment. There's a boss fight going on there. So again, you've got loads of different things. Forest Temple, hard, casual, blah, 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 blah. Then you've got top dungeons, so these are the, I believe, the most played / loved. The newest dungeons, so you can see everyone that's just bought the game that's live today. You'll be able to kind of see what's going on there. And you kind of get a little overview shot of what's going on there. And then there's the ability to search as well. So when you dive into here, I'm assuming, if I just type in easy... easy or hard. Beach, an easy labyrinth, easy dungeon, so on and so forth. Cave, easy mode. So loads and loads of different things that you can do. As you can see, there's boss battles in here as well. So plenty of things to be done and said. And there are different like sprite sets as well. So you can really think to your heart's content. So if I dive in, let's try the water temple. I've not been here. We'll see how it goes. So again, same old. You can't dive into water until you've got flippers. So there's a couple of things here. Oh, that didn't go well. Didn't go well at all. Never mind. But you can draw all of this out. So this is what someone has done rather well on. So again, we've got a little blue thing there. Aha! So that will let us... Oh, Simon. Press the wrong button. So that lets us get on, hit the switch. Did that change anything? Did it? Aha! Okay, did not change that. So let's hit that again. Aha! There we go, and now we've got the flippers. So the flippers is the other power-up that you can give Fink, which means that they can, or your chicken can swim wherever it wants to swim. And then here's the example of us going up and down floors again. So you can go up and down floors. And then you can grab a bomb. So one of the other things that you can do in dungeons when you want to build them is to put down bombs next to anything that's got a crack. And just like, run away! Didn't go right. There we go. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But those bombs can also crack open walls as well. And you can also throw bombs like that too. So again, not entirely sure. Doesn't look like we've got anything else that we need to do here. So let's move on. Yep, and there we go, the door's open. This allows us to walk across the weird water. Oh, it's quicksand. Okay. I didn't realise that. That's the first time I've walked across it. Apologies. I say that was definitely there. There we go. That's given us the key that we need. So let's just quickly run back. Get ourselves back going again. Opens the door. Alright, so we're on red. I'm assuming we need that back to blue then. Grass and things regrow. So as very dramatic. Really well done, actually, this one. Oh, don't think we're going to survive long. Yeah. So there we go. So that's a thing. You can always go back to the golden door to get back out again if you've died or whatever. And you can go from there. So that's like playing a dungeon. What's it like to build? So I will attempt to build something completely out of scratch. And as you can see, I've not done one properly yet myself. So I'm going to transition over from controller, which is how I was playing that beforehand, to mouse and keyboard for a bit, because I just found when I played this for a couple of minutes before I went live, I found it easier to do that. Apologies if you can hear my really loud chair. Okay, so the beauty of this is that you can switch between being in play mode or in design mode, and you just do that by pressing back on the Xbox 360 controller, tab I think it is on the keyboard, so you can immediately go around and be like, hey, I've made a level, and that's literally all that you've done. One of the first key things if you're wanting to get into dungeon building, which is really where this game excels and should excel in the future for me, is to understand about how rooms work. So can you see around the outside here, you've got this red perimeter. That means that this is a room, and so all of the rules about this particular room have to be contained within here, if that makes sense. Do you remember when we was playing earlier on in the stream, you had those stone doors that only opened when all the enemies were cleared? It's looking at that red perimeter as the room, if that makes sense. Now over here is probably where all of your kind of key stuff is. And it's split into doors and pillars and switches, either with keys, without keys, or stone ones with enemies and all of that kind of stuff. Then your next thing underneath is just objects, most of which are things that are more for decoration than anything else. Although can you see you've got the cracked ones there which can be exploded. Then you've got treasure chests and objects. Treasure chests can be put down anywhere, and you can then click and drag and put things inside treasure chests. These are the enemies that we've got so far. And then if you hit tab there, you then flick between objects and then the tiles. So at the moment we are in, if I go all the way down there, we're in kind of like the islandy type stuff. Hey Pinky! Mirvald, sorry. Hello, Si. I used your CD keys link today. Hope you get a penny too. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Hopefully I'll hit a threshold where they actually do dish out a couple of pennies one day. But yeah, down here you can see that there's different chipsets. So if I decided I wanted to go to the beach one, can you see how it's updated, but actually you get the same things again? Sometimes you get some more variety in some sprite sets compared to others, or environments. If I go into like castle, yeah, you've got different things again. So if you want to go for different feels or different vibes, they're there for you to do it if you want to. Just the 3 available so far though. I quite like the temple-y type stuff, just because that's me. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive onto here, and then we're going to put in some floor, and as you can see it kind of paints out as you go. That golden door is always going to be your starting point now. So let's push this out. Can I move the golden door? No. Let's just leave. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. right click gets rid so that you get to delete. Alright, let's dive back to what I wanted to do here. So let's do a nice little opening place here. I'm going to try and make it just a nice little box. As close as a box as possible. Again, I can sit and kind of go no and get it all the way again. There we go. Nice little starter point for me. So now we've got these walls here, and that is contained into one room. I'd quite like to have a second room going on. So let's have this going here. And then what I'd also quite like to do... Oh, hang on. I've gone too early with that. So the whole thing will be that if I switch back, we need to have the egg in a place that will kind of make sense for the finale. So we'll put the egg there because that egg is going to be like the finishing place. And yes, you can move. That's handy to know. Good stuff. There we go. Learning on the fly. So there we go. We'll come in through that door there. That's all good. So we've now got our walls out. Let's think. Let's put in some nice little torches around, and I really like the fact that it snaps onto things. And again, if I make mistakes, just right click on them to get them out and gone. So what I'm going to do is think about actually where shall I go? And if I put in a little door, you can see that automatically starts to build out a corridor to a second room. But I'll need to flick back to getting that second room up and running. And can you see what I was saying earlier on around the fact that each of the rooms has its own perimeter? So this now with its green thing around it is its own thing. So if we put that in there... the way how you have to kind of work some of this is you have to put in the door first. Sorry, the corridor first, and then you kind of click and drag to put in the door that you want there. So this is a stone door. Let's pop that in there. Hey, Ryan. Damn it. Get rid. So I need that to be there. Is that saying that that's its own little room? Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll have our little guy get into there. Then what we'll do is we'll put in a couple of... Let's do a couple of flies. So we'll do 1, 2, 3... Actually, let's go nuts. Let's do 5 flies. We'll put in... little chests in the corner. And then, yeah, we'll put in a couple of little bits of grass around the edge there, just so that it starts to build it out a little bit. Little torch. There we go. Doesn't he look bad? And then so the idea here is that once I've killed those 5 flies, that will then open up the door, which will then walk me through. And then I think what we'll do is we'll have a little treasure chest. And then what I'll do... How should we play it? How should we play it? Let's put a key. Oh. Careful, Schmiffy. There we go. Let's pop a key in, and then let's grab that key, and then you can drag and put it over into there, and there you go. Can you see it's now got a key in there? So because that's the first key that we've got, because you have to really think about actually how do you want this level to play out. So I want the character to go immediately across into there. And in fact, let's flick back to play view, and let's just make sure it works. So can you see the door shut immediately as soon as I came in? There we go. Killed all the enemies. Got to the gate. Got the chest. We'll get back through. Now, of course, we've got nowhere for that to then go. So we'll flick that back again. And the beauty is, the level is just as you left it. It makes just making dungeons really quite simple and easy. This is gradually looking like an earlier from an early Zelda game. Yeah, and I think that's really what the craze is for this, because of how quick and easy it is to pick it up. When I first played the demo of this, I wouldn't say I was nonplussed, but I hadn't. It didn't feel like it was quite as intuitive and user-friendly as what it's become now. So I'm really pleased that it has become as good as it is now. So let's try and do something a little bit more different here. So let's use delete. Actually, yeah, let's make a chunkier one. As you can see up on the top right as well, not only do you have the ability to fill, but you've also got the ability to paint and then obviously remove, and then Z and Y on the keyboard, which changes to triggers on the controllers, let you undo and redo stuff. I'm assuming you can fit through there. We'll have to test this. Okay. So in my head, whilst we're in here, let's go for make it grassy. Into there. But then what we can also do, I think, is we can click and hold on objects and then drop them in so that they're hidden. So the idea is that these enemies will only pop out when you hit the grass, if that makes sense. So again, we'll do another, we'll pop, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's select one of these. We'll have one of those there, we'll have one of those there. We'll have one of those there. get the feeling that you can go all out chips challenge with this if you really, really want to. Yeah, I'm sure you could. Definitely. Okay, let's also put in, because this is quite a few enemies, let's put in a heart or two. Into there as well. And what else do we fancy? Okay, and then let's put a little thing in there, and then I think what we'll do, we'll put in the shield. We'll put the shield in the chest. Really handy that you can see what you've put in. Cool, that works for me. And I think, yeah, we'll do something like that so that it spreads out further as we go. And we'll put, oh, didn't mean to do that. Z, thank you. Okay, so we need to, first of all, put a key door on there so that then can be opened by the key. That then gets them into there. They then need to attack all of those. That then, so if we put another key door here, this one needs to be a stone door to get them in to, should we try, let's do a quicksand room. Is it bad to do quicksand enemies? I'm not sure yet. We'll soon see. Let's do that. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit there, and then we'll do again a little key into there. Put a little heart over there. Of those in, and then if we dive back onto here, oh, I didn't need to do that. There we go. You have to be really careful with how you draw out the rooms so that they don't do what happened earlier where it all started to merge in together. I get why it does it, but yeah, just when you're building rooms, just make sure you draw away from the other rooms so that you don't then go, oh my god, with everything. Okay. Right, so we've now got, they've got the shield, haven't they? Yes, they have. So let's put, and a fly in the middle. Let's do that. Okay, get those in there. That's a bit chunky. Let's do Yeah, symmetrical. Starting to get very, very sad about it. Okay, so again, we can gate this quite nicely. Putting us into there. So I'm being quite small and basic, but what I want to be able to do is kind of just show the different things that you can do in this game at the moment, because I think what will be key. Okay, so we've got rolling in there, which then allows us to start doing platform jumping. So let's start building out a real like proper area here. So that thing allows us to jump across. So again, I guess and you can do 2. I don't know if that'll work. We'll have to, let's dive out. Okay, so let's try the level wherever we are. So let's see what we've built so far. And say, where'd it go? There we go. So we've done that. We can dive in, grab the key. Use the key to open the door. Excellent. Oh. Oh good, you can't hit through a wall, that's handy to know. Good, we can get through the narrow gaps. That was the other question I had. So that gives us the shield, which was entirely optional, to be fair. That then brings us into here. This is then entirely quicksand, so we need to be able to keep ourselves going. That gets us the key. I'll ignore the heart and run back. Oh, spot the problem. Okay. So, is that because the things aren't dead here? Or is that because it's expecting me to have killed? There we go. So this is why you need to be able to test shit out first. Yeah, it was expecting. Interesting. Do you know what? I think I'll keep that in. Unintended, but good. Fun. So again, these are smashable. Didn't put anything inside the vases, but I can. Okay, so we've got our shield. Okay, and then the rolls. Yes, you can. Okay, right. Requires precision. But it can be done. Okay, right, I'm happy with that. Let's get us back into the game. So that's what we've got so far. What I'll do is I'll move Think to there, and then like that's where I'll pick back up again. Oh, he doesn't have everything. Okay, I'll pick... Yeah. I will pick him up and pop him there. Useful to know. Okay. Right. So we've got him in. He rolls into there. What else do we want? Okay, let's put in a switch. So switches control these red and green things. So red is currently down. There we go, okay. So I guess someone would then go and hit the blue, but actually that's not really what they wanted to do. I would want... Okay. Alright, if you hit those, the blues go down. The reds come up, so that would block there, but you'd be able to go and round. Okay, makes sense to then hit it. But then I want... Yeah. Yes, because then that means that it can't be having... Tomby! Oh, Tomby is the best. I tell you what, I'm in the middle of... I've said this a couple of times, I think, elsewhere. Oh, crumbs, didn't mean to do that. Drop my controller. I'm in the middle of playing a game at the moment called Grapple Hook. It is stunning. It is a 2D platformer, like proper mid-90s style vibes. It has the superb grapple hook mechanics, and it's just a cute dog that swims around, and at the end of the levels you can choose to pet it. What more do you want in life? It's great. I love it. I'm halfway through the game at the moment. I'm hoping to have a review video up by the weekend. It's juicy. It's one of the best things that I've bought in a very long time. Okay, so that would put that to there. So then let's put another switch there. So you'd hit that, it would turn the blues down, the reds would go up. So we would need... those to get the reds to go down. Okay. Let's put that and then put the flippers in. And then we won't do, we'll just do a normal boring corridor, because this next one's going to be all about the swimming, baby. And actually, do you know what? No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Let's proper confuse our player. By surrounding literally everything with the water. Because then you won't be able to know exactly which way you're supposed to go. Oh yes, gaming tactics. If I zoom right the way out. Oh, no. There we go. Hey, Joshua. Oh, not a real person, soz. Okay, and then I'm going to have like forks coming off. And these could be like individual rooms for stuff as you go. For different things. So that you could have like little mini, I don't know, not challenge rooms necessarily, but that would be super helpful. But I think I've shown pretty much everything that you can do currently at the moment in this. It's quite good, the size of the map that you can do, and bearing in mind this is just one floor. If I wanted to, I could go upstairs, downstairs and below and add more floors on as well, which is great. So you can really have some quite chunky levels if you wanted to. If I just made that like a little platform, great. And then as you go, you just need to make sure that you save whatever it is there. Here you can change between night and day. Love that. And let all the lights come on and everything. So if you want something to be turning on, like you want to go proper bum, you can build quite a lot quite swiftly. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So yeah, if you wanted something where it's just like, I don't know, you could call it like the Dusk Temple. Done. So yeah, all of these different rooms all fall out from there. Really pleased, and just so simple to put together. Love it. Love. So what haven't we shown? So the only other things that I've not shown in this, and I think what I'll do is I'll come out from the dungeon bit to actually show it in action. So you've got a little grapple hook that allows you to grapple onto any of these objects, and it covers quite a long distance, so that helps you get across, say, say if that was like a really huge big hole, and that was there, you could grapple hook across and it would throw you over, so that would be quite cool. And then bombs can go into either cracked things like this here to break open new areas, or if We'll dive down into here. Can you see you've got cracked walls? Sorry, that's cracked floor. There is cracked walls somewhere in here that you can kind of add on to. So if I wasn't happy with this as a thing, let's see what it looks like in the forest. Oh yeah, look, it's just fog, isn't it? Nice. And the water kind of ripples out there. And let's just have a quick look at what it looks like in the castle. It's a bit more brutalistic, doesn't it? Reminds me of Rogue Legacy for some reason. Even though it's not the same perspective, but you know what I mean. So yeah, this is Super Dungeon Maker. I just thought it would be a good thing to be able to kind of just show how it all works and plays together. So once you've done all of that, and you play through the level, that then gives you the option to upload it. So if I just exit out of the dungeon, let me just rename. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Exit. So you can customize the picture for it, you can write a little bio, you can do whatever it is that you want, you can play it, and then you can upload it as well. So that is the way how you can do all of that. And then once it's all uploaded, look really good in the dark. It did actually. Oh, hello. Oh, back to controller. It will then end up in the Expedia, where lots of people have uploaded their own stuff. Zelda 1 Dungeon 1. You can see people are doing art there as well. And all you do is you click on the ones that they've got. Key and a shield. What can I say? Was there any other way in there? Not sure if it was. There's the bomb. Here we go. So those are explodable blocks that you can then play with as well, which can be a handy other way to open up a door. And as you can see, there's a little crack there as well. And then you can pick up and throw something. And there we go. But you can see just how they've built it in a very similar way to how I was doing mine. Oh, except I wasn't being twatish like that. There we go, they've gone upstairs. And they're trying to hide enemies in the long grass. There we go, we'll hit that. Thanks very much. So yeah, I think the thing for me is being able to... I knew that was going to be a thing. As soon as someone's putting loads of grass everywhere, I'm just like, I know what you're doing. Because I would do the same. I think for me, what this now needs is more enemy variety. The ability to maybe have some different custom characters. I believe they're already working on that, to be honest, though. Ah, here we go. So you can get across those. I'm sure the... So, here's a grapple. Oh. Aha. Fair enough. There we go. So it only works with a few things, but yeah, this whoever's done this has done some really nice theming. Oh, there we go. That would have been a bit rubbish if I'd have forgotten to have hit that stick earlier. Ah, so there, yeah, so we haven't learnt the ability to swim yet, so we can't get the egg. So let's dive into here, I'm assuming. Swim, yeah. There we go. I can see people that like to play Pixacross having a field day with this as well. There we go. Goopal's Dungeon, made by Mermaid Pink. I'll give that a heart. Why not? But it doesn't seem to work. Then you can exit a dungeon or go for a random one or highlight one for naughtiness. But yeah, that's what loads of people are doing. But as you can see, I really like the concept. Oh, I like throwing around a controller as well. Christ, sorry about that. And you've got this kind of overworld map, but at the moment you're kind of limited by just having those pieces of equipment. So I like being able to see what all of these other like different places are and all of that. What's in here? Actually, I don't think I've been in. So another dungeon to play with. But again, we're looking at stuff we've already kind of seen and done and played with before. So real good potential here for something pretty fantastic. It just needs some more variety. Oh, these horrible evil eye things. So here's a couple of other enemies that we've not played with yet. There we go, you can't kill the little eye thing. I was just checking whether or not enemies respawned as you're coming in and out of stuff. So again, we've kind of gone the wrong way, but then you can see how some of the fiery stuff takes place. So yeah, and now I definitely think you've seen everything that the game currently has. So yeah, just more plus. Dungeon of Trees. Yeah, so this is then the forest themed one. So, and we've already been in forest, so you've seen that one already. So yeah, this is in early access. It's available on Steam. It's priced, I think it's £11.99, but it's got 20% off at the moment, so it's £9.11. Thank you so much to the developer for being very kind when I was inquiring about the game and answering some questions. And I've already seen some people put up some good tutorials, which I watched. There was like 15 minutes long to get me really understanding how the build of that goes. What I'm going to do is, once I've completed a dungeon and I feel like it's worthy of being shown, I'll upload that as a separate video, so you get to see kind of what we built here fully in its entirety at the end. So yeah, that's it. Quite a short and sweet live stream, just an hour. But I hope that was interesting. You guys all take care. Thank you so much for watching. If it was helpful, give it a thumbs up, because that really helps me out, especially as I'm approaching finally 8,000 subscribers. So thank you. You guys all take care. Bye-bye.